All right, welcome back from that break. If you're just joining us, still this morning on ITV from Benin Networks. Today we're still looking at the polity in Edo State. Well, there have been some kind of heated argument from our studio because we have two representatives from the two major parties, Collins Amadi and, of course, Shedrack Odubai. Let's return back to you, Comrade Collins Amadi. How does this impact on grassroots politics, as it were, the suspension?
For me, I know the suspension, if AFCC or whatever committee that needs to look into their expenditure, what they got and their expenditure, find them not wanting with a transparent document, I am sure, and I know very well, they will go back to their offices. Probably for the ones that are found wanting, could as well be an excuse, because that automatically become criminal act as a servant of the people. So, but I also feel that the grassroots needs to understand that every chairman, councillors as it were, we expect or believe that they had come from the grassroots. Though unfortunately the one that was put together by Governor Obaseki before he left, many of them just came from nowhere and they were placed there, either because they have fat wallets or they were his personal cronies. That was how Obaseki placed them there. But that not to be, the local man and local woman who intend to serve at the local level should now understand very well that they don't have immunity to assume that I will run that 3 years anywhere I want it, and at the end of the day, I might do play bargain. Because that is the common thing they do now. Where politicians have siphoned the money, all the money they were... Ask me, all of these local government chairmen since they came, maybe apart from exceptional, maybe I want to take out Ibobaoha council chairman, who we could visibly say 1 or 2 projects he did while he was there. The remaining 7 things, nothing to talk about. Nothing. Oh, maybe Ego also did one building that she built the other time. Maybe I just want to also give a little.
Are you giving all this data and analysis because it's not your party?
No, I am telling you the reality. That is why we are saying, if I were there, now they should put up documentary. They should by themselves read to the people that in January, so year, I got 2 billion and I spent 2 billion on AYZ. Ordinarily, you don't even need to be mandated to doing all of this. When you have been assigned, transparency, accountability should be your watchword.
Thank you.
So why should it be a problem?
Talking about transparency and accountability, the governor actually alleged that they were suspended by the House of Assembly, though he was the one that actually sent a request for that, because they were insubordinate. It was an insubordination case. Now, how do you now strike a balance where you have the local government chairman not listening to the executive in the state?
It's not an issue of listening. It's like telling me that the governor is not listening to the president. These are different levels, tiers of government. Is your people not listening to the president? There are governors in this state who have different parties from the state, the power at the center. Is the Anambra State governor from Labour Party listening to President Tinubu? They have different agenda, they have different resources, they cater for different individuals. Why not allow them manage themselves? See, what happens is that the APC has completely destroyed governance at the presidential level. There's gross unemployment, insecurity, inflation, and poverty at a large scale. The state government had come on ground for 1 month now and has shown some high level of ignorance and cluelessness. What he now wants to do is to destroy the last tier of government that is now serving, that people cannot have recourse to, because he simply wants to empower more of his men. This is a government of agberos. They put agberos in every corner. At every nook and cranny, there's one strong man somewhere talking nonsense, speaking irresponsibly, speaking rubbish, and trying to mobilize and intimidate other persons in the state. And as long as they went to now also import another agbero yesterday. That one also came again. And that's what the people have said is the first expatriate that Monday Okpebolo is bringing to Edo State.
Well, however, we have experts in this government. Who are these agbero you are talking about?
There are agberos everywhere. If I call in a social, is coming to court. He knows them. They are all the committees they set on ground to do all manner of. They are, look at the government. Any people that they are appointed in this government are people that have the capacity to mobilize and deploy violence. If you don't have the capacity to mobilize and deploy violence, you are not giving any responsible portfolio in this government. And all of these things shows clearly, whether you like it or not, what concerns a man that just gone to office 1 month is alleging, is trying to hoodwink somebody. In summary, what I want to tell them is this. Monday Okpebolo, Blessing Abebaku, the Edo State government and the State Assembly should desist I repeat, should desist from interfering or meddling into the affairs of the local government. Because any attempt to do so will be resisted vehemently. Monday Okpebholo and this APC administration appears to be clueless and ignorant. Instead of them to face the portfolio that be given to them and find out where they can bring on the other democracy, they are focusing on issues that do not concern them. Yeah. What I want to tell them is that, for me, I've looked at them. See, the challenges before Edo State and Edo people is one that requires problem-solving skills. Problem-solving skills that cut across innovative thinking, creative thinking, infusion of technology, and the adoption of model of international best practices. All of those things are bereft in this APC government.
The governor is already going there. He said Edo will rise again.
See, this Edo State government is like a beautiful car. Monday Okpebholo is like a beautiful car, no engine. If you see the car here today,
that's a strong,
and tomorrow you see it there, it is because somebody pushed it. That vehicle cannot move. Because how can a man come on air?
No, listen, Odubai, this governor just came on board. This is just 1 month.
What are the 5-point agenda of Monday Okpebholo? What's the 5-point agenda of Monday Okpebholo? What's the 5-point agenda? Monday Okpebholo, the first time I ever got to hear the 5-point agenda of Monday Okpebholo was when he was presenting budgets this few days ago. That was the first time I ever saw it on paper. Throughout the man campaigned, through the rank from all the campaign, he never mentioned. There is no paper, no documentation. There is no part. I will say that, see, how can a clueless leader lead the people to promised land? I don't think I can even be talking of a promised land because there was no promise made in the first place. See, a social contract, what I will do for you is the social contract that bends the leader.
You know, it's been hard on His Excellency by the West. What is the West? Calling the governor a cruel and all.
I'm not saying cruel, I say clueless. If a man writes a budget, brings the paper, they say, sir, how much are you going to use?
Shut up, Kodobai. If Asue Godalo was the governor.
Oh man, let's talk about something serious.
And of course, we saw things like this. Will you be calling him a clueless?
If Asue Godalo goes into government, I cannot promote the amount of money we use for budget. Then it's clueless.
Okay, let's not go there.
If Asue Godalo goes into government, I cannot present his manifesto. This is exactly what I have with people. And this one, if he goes to government and begins to engage in attacking things that do not concern him, wants to begin to bring Agbero from Ogunu Kakani, cannot focus on intellectualism.
All right,
Asue Godalo wasn't clueless.
Let's get to Comrade Amadi. Comrade Amadi, the Asset Recovery Committee, they've been working, and of course, what do you think is the core issue behind this battle and the inauguration of the Asset Recovery Committee?
Now, the Asset Recovery Committee, depending on the area of jurisdiction, because I also believe that it needs to be well spelled out. There are a lot of government property that were being confiscated by Governor Obaseki and his team. They virtually used all government properties to do their campaign. And after campaigning, they took some to different workshops. They will remove the engine and put old engine. For the one they know can be traced. For the ones that cannot be traced, he losses and what have you, they sent some outside the states. Now, how can a service commissioner be given a vehicle, ordinary, to be dropped while leaving office that worth over 100-something million naira? And you say you now bought it for 750,000. 750,000 cannot even buy Yaris Okada at Mission Road. Now it's still very brown. Now you can see how clawless and cruel and unethical administration can be. Now Obaseki government grabbed almost all the lands and property of people, both individual and that of government in those states, and converted it using their cronies in the name of consultants and what have you that they imported into the state. There are a lot of government property within the GRO area, government reservation area, and even outside government reservation areas that were being sold at a very cheap rate to individuals who are their friends and turning into their real estate arrangement. I think the governor should look more into all of this. Okay. Because one, artifact that does not belong to Governor Godwin Obaseki, he used partners to confiscate the funds that were coming with such artifacts for himself, and just took some petty and was building a building that can collapse in 1 week around Central Hospital. So the governor now, I'm coming. Let's talk about you're not giving me time.
Okay.
No,
land.
I will soon land because things to be investigated.
Because you are taking us back.
No, I'm trying to atomize area that the government is not looking at.
You're taking us back.
No, I'm not. Those are areas the government need to look at. Now, Governor Obaseki went to different communities, both in Wode, Oriomo, Ikpobaoha, confiscated a full community.
Just write a letter to your governor.
He tears them into. We are going to do all of that. Yeah. He tears them into two. He steals them in the name of government. And then now the modular refinery. Go and check now. the state is probably fully private owned. Edo State percent is 5% out of 100%. That is how Governor Obaseki reduced Edo State to. And now colonized it to himself and his friend. Now, many we can talk about. The Central Hospital, the same thing he did.
Okay.
He sold it to his friend. He sold it to his friend. Now,
can we compare?
No, it's not Shadrach.
No, you have to round up now. You just have to round up.
Okay, let me round it up.
You have to pause.
Let me round it up.
I just need to pause you now. Just you have to hold on.
I thought you wanted me to round up.
Let me tell you. You know what happens? That was most disturbing when they mentioned this issue of asset recovery. It's shameful for me being an Onwa man. That whenever APC needs somebody to do a dirty job, they go to Onwa. Imagine Ernest Afolabi Makien, a man who had reason to become a permanent secretary at the federal parastatal. Now come back, having once aspired to be governor, is now being given this dirty job of being a asset recovery committee. It's a responsible man for Onwa. As that is not enough, when they need another House of Assembly member to be issuing pepper soup suspension, they have to look for another one man in the person of Blessed Abibaku. So whenever APC needs somebody to use as a tool, they go to one. When they need people to give responsible position, they look elsewhere. For me, it's irritating. When I listen to that House committee, I just look at them and say, man, what exactly? If you have any basis of, why don't you put the things together? And present it. You call Governor Gordon Obaseki. He will come and answer if he has any crime to answer for. Why begin to do it? You drag the issue to the court of public discourse and begin to make Yamek. You forcefully go into the house of a former governor. You begin to embarrass a former chief justice. Begin to make all manner of derogatory comments because you just want to raise traction. See, Mondo Pueblo should know that Gordon Obaseki is not his enemy. Aswe Godala is not his enemy. His enemy are the people of Edo State. They are the people that did not vote for him. They are the people who collected his money and still went to vote for PDP.
He was declared winner.
He was declared. I said
winner.
Those are his enemy. What should be focusing on now is how to win the hearts and minds of people in Edo by engaging in people-oriented projects that will elevate their life. Where people can look back and say, this government is really doing well. Not to be fighting, chasing shadows, pursuing Obaseki up and down. Try to every publication they issue, there's always Obaseki on it. And he begin to empower people who do not have the requisite capacity. A man like Mondo Pueblo should be staffing his weakness. Should be looking for people with intellectual capacity to ensure that they are able to think, brainstorm, and come up with the responsible solutions to the challenges before Edo State government. What is he doing? He's appointing party loyalists. And after finishing the cadre of people of power, he's looking for more people that will vacate office so that he can enroll more people into power. For me, he should focus on delivering the ideas of democracy. Okay. Edo State cannot continue like this. And he should stop bringing shame to this state. The next time he will embarrass Edo State again, we will make sure he regrets that. Everything, embarrassment. Okay. We can't stand high now. Everywhere he goes to social media, Edo State is a subject of ridicule.
Is the sitting governor, Honorable Shadrach Odubai, and as such, I would like us to add a little respect to that office. Now, the Asset Recovery Committee, have them be fair in their approach? We saw a clip where a senior advocate of Nigeria was harassed in a way and was asked to return some of the vehicles that were in his custody. Do you think that is normal in a way? Ebo Stone, the name Ebo Stone was in that picture.
It also depends. Now, he that doesn't want to be shamed should be guided. When I mean be guided, now when the new government came on board, you know who was your best friend. You know who probably you can steal 100 billion from government and we turn face to the other side. And another government had come and have issued a circular that please, if you have government thing with you that is not statutorily yours, please return them. Somebody who probably have risen to that level, you will expect that you can never be hungry till you die. Because even your pension alone can make a complete poor man today become a billionaire. Not even to talk about all that you have gathered before now. So if you have been asked to please come and submit those things in your possession, it is honorary that you do a cover letter and then go and submit the things that are not yours to those who are supposed to have it. Okay. And now let me also tell you, if you do not want a child to insult you, you must apply a level of decorum when talking to such a child. Now, if you have been asked, sorry sir, you are supposed to come and deliver this vehicle thus far, or this property thus far. Why haven't you, sir? Then you probably explain, I wasn't notified. Oh, now that you have come, please, I can assure you, in the next 24 hours, I will deliver them. Or I wasn't served. You know, that also now depends on who delivers the message. Automatically, if such a person was served, before people now become making it a ridiculous, like, oh, the governor is using Agberu to go and be collecting things. I do not also think in that light. You know, it's ordinarily, maybe they would have show the man, sorry, will you serve this paper to have delivered what is in your possession?
Okay.
If
All
they
right.
didn't do that, maybe they would have had that style of recovering.
We are due.
Giving them notice first and reminding them they were asked to, and probably then I'll take what is from
We are due for another
government.
break, but when we return back from this break, Honorable Shadrack, you'll be helping us. At least every political appointee, public office holder, they are entitled to using the means of unction to get some of these properties to themselves. You pay a little to the government coffers, and it becomes your property. What is the whole essence of this drama? We'll be unfolding all that. Honorable Odubai will be helping us with that right after this break.